Hi, this is Frank Thompson. Thank you for joining us at ASU Gamage Digital Connections.
And I'm Sule Greg Wilson. Thank you so much. And this is The Local. This program interweaves timely and local artist performances with inspiring casual interview between two local artists who are also friends in this case.
Definitely friends and very casual. So we at ASU Gamage would like to thank all of our sponsors who provide funding to our cultural participation programs. And you're going to get a sense of how Sule and I participate with one another and just create community music, because that's really what we're all about. We take our instruments all over the community, local, nationally, and sometimes to other cultures and countries, and just play music. So you're going to feel us experience one another. Sound good, Sule?
Sound good to me,
All right.
Mr. T.
Here we go.
They all went to heaven. Oh, big.
Sule, I love making community music.
Yes.
And just picking up and jamming. And I'll never forget when my life changed. I got the executive thing going on in corporate America. I
Yes.
walk into a drum circle and I just say, I don't know what that is, but I'm it. And 20-something years later, 30 years later, I'm still rocking and rolling. But and making music, spontaneous, calling a friend, jamming. So when they said, hey, let's do something about just making music, and I was like, let me call Sule and get into this, right?
We can make it happen like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I mean, this is funny because we have not been in each other's proximity for a long time. For good reasons.
Yeah.
But we just sat down here and we be jamming.
That's it. We be jamming till the break of dawn. Jamming till the break of dawn. That is so fun, just grabbing a little piece of song and roll over it. And that's what you and I have been doing forever. So
I know.
do you remember? And I think that's the fun of making music, man. And community-wise, I mean, if we're doing performing things in a band, in a set,
Well, you gotta have
that's a whole other
people
thing.
expect things like that.
But just to make community music, whatever we remember to make it happen at that time, that's the groove for me, man.
Yeah. I mean, when I do things out with people, like we're doing drumming, and all of a sudden I'll break into a song, and people will still get shocked, but then all of a sudden they say, I know that song.
Yeah.
And they'll lean into it, and what was a connection becomes a web.
Yes, yes. We were kind of doing that a little bit earlier, right? That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. All day long they work so hard till the sun is going down. Working on the highways and byways and wearing a frown. You hear them moaning their lives away. Then you hear somebody say, that's the sound of the man working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the man working on the chain gang. I say it. Well, don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. And so, Sule, how long you've been playing since you came out of the womb, right? I mean,
Actually, yeah. I mean, I heard a story. My daddy told me,
Mhm.
I'm like 6 weeks, they were partying in the other room, right?
Okay.
And when you have a little baby, you can still a little baby in
Yeah.
the middle of the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just, the little baby, they can't do anything.
Right.
And they came in, and I had rolled over. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, crap. This kid is
He's ready.
he's ready to
He's
move, ready
He's
to
ready.
move.
He's ready.
Right. And like, as I said, I just really realized this, like I said, a couple of years ago, how weird this was.
Okay.
When I was little, like 5, 6 years old, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I had Quaker Oats boxes
Okay.
in the kitchen because we had a built-in,
Mm-hmm.
so I could just go in the thing at my height
Right.
and get my oatmeal boxes and play my drums.
Okay.
And then I said, but wait a minute, this just occurred to me. I've been
Yeah.
telling this story for decades.
Okay.
But then I realized just like a couple of years ago, wait a minute, I'm in DC. Yes, there were street musicians,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was 5, where was this coming from?
Okay.
I mean, Santana was on the radio.
Right.
It took 5, 6 years
Mm-hmm.
from then.
Right.
So
So this was before Abraxas.
this is
Right.
before
Right.
Brad, before Santana, before
Right.
Jingle and Bop. So it's
Yeah.
stuff. So there's something was happening.
Yeah. I mean, and when I came through, I mean, I was always beating on something, and I wanted a drum set, but my parents said, "Look, we have 5 children, and you're the second one and the loudest drum set." No, but I didn't know that was in me to come out because I grew up a singer, right? And classical choir, formal choir. So that was my world, man. And then again, when I heard that drum, I took all that vocal energy, put it into this, and I think it's pretty amazing because when we think about participating in community. I mean, who knew that when I came here to Arizona, in corporate work, moved here, that I'd be running into you, the author of The Drummer's Path, one of the seminal books that drum circle facilitators, of which I'm a professional of, look to as a founding book.
Yeah.
And who knew we'd be here doing
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah.
So life's funny, man. Yeah, let's play some more, man.
Sounds
What do you
like-
got?
sounds
What do you pick up? Nice,
Yes.
nice.
I was trying to do some Hallelujah chorus. See what I mean? You throw a song in there.
And that is one of the things I think is so much fun when I enjoy rocking with you, because we bring our voice, right? Because so many people just stay on the instrument, or they think they have to sing a particular way. Whoa, just open up your mouth, let it come out, and whatever sound it comes out. And I've learned that my favorite sounds are oh, yeah, and ch. So oh, yeah, ch. Oh, yeah. Man. Hey, you bring your banjo with you, man?
Yeah, I did.
Let's see what we got with that banjo.
I brought them along. Say. Okay, see.
Okay, what I got?
When I was a little boy, I thought I was grown up.
Hey.
Because, I knew when you cross the street, you stop and held somebody's hand.
And you have to look both ways, right?
And you got to look both ways a little more days. And I knew how to eat, with a fork, with it not like this, I can eat like this, like a grunt. And I knew that, and a bunch of other stuff. So I said, when it came down to day camp, and summer day camp, I said, I'm going to day camp this year, but you're going with me. But it didn't happen, they left me behind. I was like, but when he came back and taught me this song, you might have left me behind, but you shouldn't forget me. Thank you, big sister. It turned out that the song goes way back. It also harkens back to ancient African culture, it turns out.
Tell a story.
Because, stereotypes, some are good, some are bad, but they're all based on something. And so this one, I looked it up, and it's in the book, the song is in the book. Because they say, why black people like watermelon? Say, my uncle. Every time you watermelon in the backyard, up in this house in Connecticut, they look around for a child in. Well, come to find out that they actually, watermelon was used like a canteen and lunch back in West Africa. So it's one of the few things that the expatriates from Africa actually had to remind them back home, was the watermelon. So, and home was sweet, chicken was good, wasn't even very fine. But you never give me, I really wish you would have known that.
Yeah. So a lot of those, that's what's great about community treatment. When you tell stories, you can know where some of these things come from.
Yeah.
And some of the cultural inheritances have been slandered or went one way or the other. But roots are what they are, and they cannot be denied. So Yeah.
I mean, that was at Camp Oaknoll, which is at the rec
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
That they took us to the rec center,
Mhm.
like half a mile from the house. You walk past Cooley Field,
Yeah.
and you go to the rec center. And there's some Chico and Money learned this song
Yeah.
from the 1840s.
Yep.
They were teaching
Mm.
back in.
I mean, isn't it fun, man, to play or hit on so many things?
Yes.
Because that is one thing that I've always dug about you is that, you know what?
What?
I like everything.
Yeah.
And I encourage people that whatever it is, pick it up, play it, pluck it, shake it, because you never know what instrument is going to call you.
You speak to it, and it will speak to you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't speak to you, you know, move on.
So you move on.
That goes for people too. Hey, baby, it's like I'm with somebody.
Speaking of big,
Yeah.
play my baby. Always fun exploring.
Yeah,
Always fun exploring.
it is exploring.
Yeah.
It's really exploring. Now I'm getting more jealous.
Yeah. Okay.
Frank was really nice, and let me get his little boogalized.
All right.
No.
You want to give us a little beat there, man? Here we go.
Say what?
Go ahead with it. some time for questions, just checking in.
Yeah, it is.
And this is what we do.
Yeah, we do this a lot.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check with the producer.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna wait a few seconds. We'll just kind of tap a little something neatly. And we're doing this live, and so you're seeing and feeling our creativity right now.
And we're able to do this because we have trust in ourselves, trust in each other.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that we share just from having grown up and time on earth.
Just gonna create right now. Just gonna create right now.
Whatever you want to do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. Let's say, baby, since we've been together, doing what? Woo! Loving you forever is all I need. Tell me let me be the one you come running to. Hey, Sule. Yes.
Question came our way. So the question is, what does it mean to be a teacher like we are and earning a living in Phoenix as a musician, as a teaching artist?
Wow. In Phoenix?
Yeah.
I mean, the land where Black History Month became Multicultural Week?
Yeah. Yeah.
It means you have to do a lot of education.
Yeah.
That's what it means. You have to be humble.
Okay.
You have to be understanding. You have to have joy. Catching people where they're at.
Yeah.
And watch the joy grow in them.
And I think Phoenix has been so welcoming as a musical community, because when I moved here, I had no idea that if anybody would have told me that instead of running a division of a company or something, I'd be teaching West African music in Phoenix. I'm like, what? But I found it to be life-opening in this community in Phoenix and life-rewarding. And to define myself as a teaching artist here in this community, which really does support the arts, has been great. Who else do we collaborate with? The question came through about have we continued to collaborate with each other and other artists during the pandemic? I'll give you something to react to, and I'll say it's been difficult.
Yeah.
And those of us like us who are interactive artists, it's difficult because Zoom is a different platform, and we're also educators and teachers in formal training. So I have found Zoom to be okay, but I miss that personal connection and I miss that collaboration. And when you mentioned earlier, we haven't been in each other's space to play musically in a long time. This feels refreshing. Your thoughts?
Very refreshing. Yeah. Well, I've had to discover the limitations and the possibilities of the online platform.
I fought it, man. I fought it.
Well, I had started using it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so now I'm able to do things with people out of town.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I got a banjo student, one in Chicago, I got another person in San Diego.
Yeah.
I got somebody else, somewhere else, I forgot where they're from.
Yeah.
We're negotiating, but I can do that. I can go to DC. I can go to New York. I can go to Chicago. I can go to LA.
Yep.
I can go to Seattle. People are approaching me now.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm doing something for AZ Humanities down in Tucson.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it.
Doing it here. And we're doing this right now, right?
Yeah.
So when I got out of my own way about doing things on Zoom, because for me it was like, oh man, they're putting me back in the corporate world, which was okay, had a great time. But being able to take advantage of platforms like this, it was beyond my perception pre-pandemic that you and I would be able to get together and do something like this.
For that.
So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can actually touch people. I mean, we can't play with people, but I love giving people something. Like, now you go. Right. And then we'll do it a couple times. Then I'll say, everybody turn your mute off.
Yeah.
Now let's do it. 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll be cacophonous for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's not so fun.
It comes together as communities. Where do you like to play outside, man? Do you like to play in a particular place in music? For me, I like to play near rivers. I like to play near water. How about you?
Wow. Yeah. I like to play near people.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like to play near trees.
Okay. Yeah.
And I like to play near grass. And I like to play near oxygen.
Yeah. Hey man, it took me a while being a Southern California kid. So outside for me, nature was the beach.
Yeah.
I had to learn that nature was also desert, mountains, trees. Me and trees still have issues, but
yes.
Yeah. But I like throwing there. I like anything that has water in it.
Yes.
It's kind
water
of
in it.
yeah. I'm there. I'm kind of there. Yeah. Cool.
Like,
Shall we do one more, man?
Let's do it.
All right, and then we'll kind of wrap it up.
That's the thing. I want to talk to you about that because I'm from back east.
Yeah.
And so my relationship with trees, wandering through the woods, it's been my life until, sure.
I understand. See what comes out. Play loud, strong. See what happens. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm so happy to be drumming. Yeah. demonstrating along the way.
And listening as we go.
Yeah.
There goes the chit again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bless you.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Big
Give
fun.
me an air bump.
Yeah. Have fun. Be safe during this pandemic. Wear a mask.
Got mine right here.
And mine's right there, and we're in safe distance and haven't been out to hear anybody in weeks. So do what you gotta do, stay strong, use the platforms, connect, let music be a part of your life.
That's right, because we are the local. Remember, thank you for watching ASU Gamage. Digital Connections. This is what we have right now. We have Digital Connection.
That's it.
Sule Greg Wilson and
Frank Thompson on The Local. Thanks, everybody.
yeah.